I'm going to speak a little bit about bird language today. Bird language is something that all of our ancestors used to know because our lives depended on it. Not only where the dangers were on the landscape, but where the food was on the landscape. So the birds are always talking to each other. And when things are cool on the landscape and there's no predators around, then they're often singing or doing other kind of relaxed behaviors like eating or preening. And then when something is moving, there's a danger on the landscape, then they start to alarm. And depending on the way they alarm, can tell you where something is, even what something might be. And so bird language is something that a lot of us have lost, and it's something that I'm learning, and it's brought me so many countless things to be grateful for. I'll just say, I'm not finding the word, but it's gotten me to really listen and be aware of more things around me. It's very much a beautiful meditation because it's fun to pay attention to, or meditation, maybe mindfulness practice is more accurate. It's a mindfulness practice because you can listen to something that's beautiful and it brings you to presence. And it's something that I've really enjoyed because I can be out anywhere and I can hear my friends. And so it brings the joy of that particular bird's personality or stories that I've had, relationships I've had with that particular variety of animal, or even maybe possibly that particular individual. I remember when I learned that like the birds in my yard were the ones who lived there. They're not just one of that kind necessarily. That's my actual neighbor, and since I spend so much time here, there's birds. Oh, there's a Bewick's wren alarming in the background, and it's probably alarming because of us. But I don't know if you can hear it, but it's a bzz, bzz, bzz. And that's a good bird language bird. It alarms. It really tells you what's going on. Not all the birds are as good for bird language as some birds, but Bewick's wren is a good one. And I've been on this particular landscape when the Bewick's wren has alarmed, and then a bobcat came. And anyway, so it's been such a gift. These beautiful feathered friends of mine, I love them so much. They bring me so much joy, and they're always here. They're just always around, no matter where you live, even in cities, like dense cities, they're there, and they're so precious. So we keep getting interrupted by helicopters. So I was saying that bird language can be kind of daunting because it's hard to get confirmation when you're trying to learn what they sound like and what voices belong to who. And some things that though you can just play around with even without knowing who's who there's sort of an energetic feeling to an alarm versus a song. You can kind of feel, oh, something happened here on the landscape where the birds are sounding kind of upset. Or sometimes when things get really scary, like there's one of the most scary things for birds is a bird of prey who's really fast and eats other birds often. And then maybe things go totally silent before there's some chirping and singing and eating happening or whatever. Sometimes that can happen. So you can play around with bird language even without knowing who's who, or just by the energetic feeling of the noises that they make. Another trick that can be helpful is if you're trying to learn a bird and it's hard to remember the sound of their song or their call, you can do a hand motion to go along with, or some body movement or something, so you can kind of get the kinesthetic of what this noise sounds like, so that you can then kind of get it a bit more so you can remember it later, because that can be another hard thing. But bird language has been such a gift, and I'm just wanting to share my enthusiasm about it.